Hello and welcome to Gladys Cake Kitchen. In this video, I am going to show you how to make a very simple themed dripped cake using an edible printed topper. This particular cake was made using the Easter Bunny as a topper, but following the same instructions, you can make yourself a themed cake of your choice with little adaptations to the design elements. To start with, I am covering the cake drum on which the cake will finally be displayed. Mix half a teaspoon of Tyler's powder into some fondant and leave to set. Now color the fondant with a choice of food coloring. I'm using the wilting leaf green for this board. Mix together and roll out the fondant with a fondant pin. Then with the fondant pin, lift the rolled out fondant onto a slightly wet board and smooth with a cake smoother. Trim the excess fondant to create a clean finish and leave to dry. Then later, apply a glue stick to the edges of the cake drum and attach a ribbon. Next, cut out the edible wafer paper print and apply piping gel to the back of the print. Lay the print on a layer of rolled out fondant, pressing down with a fondant smoother. Use the fondant rolling pin to roll over the image to impress it into the fondant. I am using a wafer paper print here, but the same can be done using an icing sheet. Be careful not to expose the wafer paper to water or any moisture, as this may cause it to dissolve or warp. Cut out the print with the fondant layer and tidy the edges with a fondant tool. When complete, lay the cut out fondant print over the second layer of rolled out fondant. Add a barbecue skewer in between the two fondant layers to serve as a stand. Then cut out the second layer of the fondant, tracing the image on the print. Smooth and tidy the sides and leave to dry. To make the rest of the fondant decorations, roll out a piece of fondant which has been mixed in with some Tyler's powder. With a leaf cutter, cut out some leaves. I am using a plunger here which has the veins impressed into the cutter, so makes cutting the leaves with veins much easier. Cut enough leaves to decorate the cake and fold the end of each leaf to form a petiole. This gives the leaves a realistic look and stops it from falling flat. After, roll out some fondant logs and stick them together by pressing together firmly. Cut the ends of each log, leaving them to stand to form some shrubs and extra greenery to decorate the cake with. With some rolled out pink fondant, cut out some blossom flowers using a blossom cutter and set them on a foam mat to dry. With a ball tool, press the insides to give the flowers a rounded look and add some small white fondant balls into the middle. Complete the same action using yellow fondant to form more flowers to decorate the cake with. With the flowers done, dust the insides of a simple rose mold with some corn flour and stick a ball of fondant into it, pressing down to take the shape of the mold. Cut out the excess fondant to form the rose flower and ease out the fondant rose and set on the foam mat to dry. To create the Happy Easter fondant plaque, roll out some white fondant with Tyler's mixed in. Impress onto the fondant a wood grain impression mat and cut out the plaque using a plaque cutter. The Happy Easter was created using an alphabet stamp. A quick tip is to place all of these fondant decorations in a fan oven at 25 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, after which you can switch the oven off and leave the decorations in to dry. Now onto the cake. This is a 6-inch cake that has already been prepped, crumb coated, and a layer of ganache applied. So I am adding a final layer of ganache to give it a clean and polished look before adding the fondant decorations. When that is done, I'll leave it to set before I bring it back to transfer onto our already fondant covered board before applying the drip. Instructions for the drip is in the description box below, so please do check it out. When the drip is complete, leave the cake to set before attaching the fondant decorations. And finally, when all the prep work is done, all that is left is to apply the fondant decorations to the cake to finish it up. Let the cake sit out for mist to form on the outside, as this will help the fondant decoration stick onto it easily. You can hurry this part along by using a steamer, but be careful as the cake is ganache. Too much heat or steam may cause it to melt. Attach the fondant decorations according to your design preferences. I am creating leaves and shrubs effect on the base of this cake, so I'm applying the flowers, leaves, shrubs and roses along to the cake. After that, I'll create a test hole on the top of the cake to insert the bunny topper. And of course, as it is Easter, I have added eggs as the extra decoration. And with that, that's the simple drip cake with an edible printed topper complete. If you like this type of tutorial or similar tutorials like this, please click the notification bell to be noted of any future videos like this, and please like and share the video. And of course, if you found value in this video, please consider subscribing. Until my next video, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.